Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Face the Music. We have someone you just have to meet because she happens to have somewhere in the vicinity of $40,000 in prizes accumulated before her, and she is our champion. And her name, Tony Rio. Tony, welcome back. Tony's from Pacific Palisades, so she's close enough to keep coming back for as long as she keeps winning. And of course, tonight she will be playing for $10,000 in cash in our championship game, and her opponent is going to be one of these three people over here. So let's meet the challengers now. We have Sharon, and Steve, and Jerry. Hi, Jerry. How are you?
Hi, Ron. I'm Jerry Applegate, and I'm Manatey's president. Oh, you're so cute. I've been married 5 months, and I have 6 children and 2 grandchildren. I raise cactuses and cockatiels, and I do volunteer political work for losers.
This is obviously not your first.
You said. No,
I'll just pass on to Steve here. I want to wish you like Jerry. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Ron. I'm Steve Wilson from Chicago, Illinois, and I work here in Hollywood as a customer service representative for an advertising agency. I'm single, but I'm engaged. I love to play my piano, disco roller skate.
Nice to have you with us, Steve. Good luck to you. Hi, Sharon.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good.
How are you?
I'm fine, too.
Terrific.
I'm Sharon Fishman. I'm formerly from Brooklyn, New York. I now live in Scottsdale, Arizona. I used to be a stockbroker, and I used to tell people, you know, what to buy. Now I'm a travel consultant, and I tell them where to go.
I knew that was going somewhere.
I'm celebrating my 25th anniversary here.
As what?
As a wife of 25
Oh, I see.
years.
Okay.
You know my husband, obviously, the applause.
Yeah, they do. No, I think they're. Oh, you mean because they're applauding you for lasting for 25 years?
Right. And I've got it.
We may have 2 divorces right on stage, right here. Sharon, Jerry, Steve, good luck to all of you. We're going to show you a series of pictures. You'll hear songs related to them. Each time you put the right picture, right piece of music, it's going to be worth 10 points to you. Let's start off by seeing those pictures right now. And a little bit of music to go with it. Tommy Oliver. Jerry, what have you got?
Philadelphia Freedom.
Philadelphia Freedom. Looking for?
Ben Franklin?
You've got 10 points right off the bat, Jerry. A little more music from our maestro, please. Fantasy Island theme, looking for Mr. Ricardo Montalban. Let's take one last look at those pictures, shall we? Tommy Oliver.
Got it!
Steve, what have you got?
All my love and all my kisses. I'm so glad I'm a country boy.
That's not the correct title, Steve. The correct title is Thank God.
Thank God.
I'm a country boy. We'd be looking for Claude Akins with that one. Steve Wilson, you're out of the next musical clue. Jerry, Sharon, just for you, here's Tommy. Sharon, what have you got?
It's just my bill. Looking for Bill Bixby.
And you've got 10 points.
Hey!
Steve Wilson, come on back in. You're all playing. Next clue, please.
No, Nanette, that's all I
Sharon, what have you
hear.
got?
No, Nanette. Looking for Nanette Fabry.
And you've got another 10 points right off of that. Steve, how do you feel the game's going so far?
Oh, it ain't going in my way, but look here, I'm warming up.
Yeah, okay.
I'm warming up.
We'll find out when you get hot. Maybe this is it. Last chance, music, please, Tommy. Jerry, what have you got?
The Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy of Company B.
You got it.
Bette Midler.
Bette Midler it is. You got another 10 points. Well, Steve, that's the end of our first game, but all 3 of you will be back doing battle in game number 2. Maybe it'll work then, right after this.
This month.
Some of our contestants may receive luggage. Take off American Tourister style with a cross-country collection. Smart-looking, lightweight, molded luggage with wheels and T-bar handles. American Tourister makes travel an elegant, effortless experience. And when you need a laxative, get help from Haley's M.O. It works overnight. Gentle Haley's M.O. It helps your body help itself. And a beautiful assortment of jewelry in the golden manner of Monet, designed and crafted by Monet, the master jeweler. And serve sparkling golden champagne any day when you feel special. Great on the rocks, too. Golden champagne malt liquor from Iroquois brands. Now, once again, let's face the music with Ron Ely.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Game 2 of Face the Music. 2 high scores go on to our next game. Steve, 1 correct answer, and you're tied with these lovely ladies, Sharon and Jerry, because each correct answer is now worth 20 points. You know how to play this game, of course, where you listen to a musical clue. That's going to be worth 20 points. You get it right. Famous person this time. First round, first clue. Tommy? Jerry, what have you got?
Sing a song.
Sing. Famous person is?
Sing a song. Frank Sinatra.
Next clue, Tommy. Jerry, what have you got?
Waltzing Matilda.
You're right, or the unofficial national anthem of Australia. Before that, sing. Looking for what famous person?
Olivia Newton-John.
Wrong. Lisa, next clue, please.
Leave me alone, won't you leave me alone?
Jerry, what have you got?
Leave me alone. Leave me alone, leave me alone.
Am I bothering you?
Leave me alone. No.
Oh, yes, that's the correct title. Sing. Unofficial national anthem of Australia, Leave Me Alone. Looking for what famous person?
Helen Reddy.
You've got it. You've got another 20 points. First place all by yourself. Sharon's in second place. Steve, you have third place all to yourself. Looking for a famous landmark, here's Tommy Oliver in that band. What have you got?
The High and the Mighty.
High and the Mighty. Famous landmark is?
High and the Mighty. Empire State Building.
Good guess. Wrong answer. Next clue, please, Tommy. Steve, what have you got?
Go down Moses. Way down.
You've got it.
Egypt
Go
land.
down Moses. High and the Mighty. Go down Moses. Looking for what famous landmark?
Pyramids.
Not the pyramids. That's a good guess, too. High and the Mighty. Go down Moses. Here's Lisa. Next clue.
Ninth, treat each man like a brother. 10th, respect the order.
What have you got, Steve?
I got it. The 10th Commandment. Treat each man like a brother. Respect your dead. The 10th Commandment.
Of
love.
love. If only you had said that. But you didn't, Steve. So now I must say to you, out of the next musical clue. Jerry, Sharon, just for you, you heard High and the Mighty. Go down Moses. 10 Commandments of Love. Famous landmark. Next clue, Tommy. Jerry, what have you got?
Climb every mountain.
You've got it. High and the Mighty. Go down Moses. 10 Commandments of Love. Climb every mountain. We're looking for what famous landmark?
Mount Sinai.
Mount Sinai is right. Another 20 points for Jerry. Come on back in now, Steve. You're all playing as we look for a familiar saying. First clue, Tommy. One. Familiar saying. Lisa, next clue, please.
I learned my lesson, it left a scar. Now I see how you really are.
What have you got, Jerry?
You're no good.
You and I just aren't getting along, are we, Jerry?
We will.
Okay. You've heard one. You're no good. Familiar saying.
One bad apple don't spoil the whole bunch. Or one rotten apple doesn't make the whole barrel go bad.
Wait a minute. Not so fast with that buzzer. She got all the words in there. She got every single one of the words in there. You just had them all mixed up, confused. But it's one bad apple spoils the whole barrel, and you've got it because you got all the words. You got another 20 points. Looking for a fictional character. When there's the bell, that's the end of the game. That means Jerry, Sharon, you two go to the next game. Well, Steve, I hope you had a good time. I enjoyed having you on the show.
Yeah,
Good for you backstage.
Right.
Go right back over.
Give it Donnie and Marie.
Well, Sharon, Jerry, the next game, one of you will earn the right to compete against our champion for $10,000 in cash. We're going to be back to play that next game right after this.
Some of our contestants may receive from McCormick Schilling, your house of flavor, the finest of spices, extracts, and seasoning mixes, featuring bag and season products for convenient oven use. And Off and Off, Cowlette's mosquito repellent. Off really works with the most effective mosquito repellent ingredients money can buy. And a super selection of colorful, long-lasting, industrial-strength DeRusto rust preventative paints from DAP, America's Handyman. And the Duquesne gas grill, featuring a rear burner for rotisserie. It makes Duquesne more versatile and outdoor cooking more flavorful, cleaner and easier. Duquesne, America's newest, most innovative gas grill. If you plan to be in the Los Angeles area, would like to be a contestant on Face the Music, write to us at 5800 Sunset Boulevard, Hollywood, California. Or call us at area code 213-460-5280. Now, once again, let's face the music with Ronnie Lee.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, John Harlan. Welcome to Game 3 of Face the Music. One of these lovely ladies will go on to play for $10,000 in cash, and that's the one that winds up with the highest score at the end of this game. Right now, Sharon, you're in second place by a considerable amount, but each correct answer is now worth 30 points, so a couple of good, quick, fast answers, and you are in there with Jerry. Looking for a fictional character. Here's your first clue. Tommy? Sharon, what have you got?
Give me a little kiss, will you, hon?
Give me a little kiss is right, fictional character.
Yogi Bear.
Next clue, Tommy. Enough of that. That's enough of that. That's the spinning song. The spinning song. Give me a little kiss. Or the Spinleitchen. You probably knew it as the Spinleitchen. Is a spinning song. Give me a little kiss. Fictional character. Next clue. Lisa. Sharon, what have you got?
Dream.
Right. Give me a little kiss. Spinning song. Dream. We're looking for a fictional character.
Rumpelstiltskin.
Not Rumpelstiltskin. You say no, right, Jerry? Next clue, Tommy. Jerry, what have you got?
Someday my prince will come.
Someday my prince will come is right. Give me a little kiss. Spinning song. Dream. Someday my prince will come. Fictional character is?
Sleeping Beauty.
You've got it. Another 30 points right there. Okay, Sharon, Jerry, looking for an occupation. First clue, Tommy. Sharon, what have you got?
There's someone I'm hoping to see. Someone will watch over me.
Right. Someone to watch over me. Occupation is?
Sandman.
Next clue, Lisa.
I like to tinkle on an old piano.
Sharon, what have you got?
I like to tinkle on an old piano.
Jerry, can you give me the correct title?
No.
Honesty is the best policy, Jerry. You keep that up. Handful of Keys is the title. Someone to watch over me. Occupation. Next clue, please, Tommy. Jerry, what have you got?
Behind closed doors.
Someone to watch over me. Handful of keys, behind closed doors. Looking for what occupation?
A pianist.
Not a pianist. No, no, this is someone we deal with to get our pianist every week. Someone to watch over me. Handful of keys, behind closed doors. Next clue, please. Jerry, what have you got?
Please release me.
Someone to watch over me. Handful of keys, behind closed doors. Release me. What occupation?
A jailer.
You're right, a jailer or a warden. You've got it. Another 30 points there. Looking for a familiar object. Familiar object. Here's Tommy Oliver in that group. What do you got, Jerry?
Back in my own backyard. Right in my own backyard.
Sharon?
Back in your own backyard.
Back in your own backyard. Familiar object is?
Familiar object is a swimming pool.
Good guess, wrong answer. Next clue, Tommy. Jerry, what have you got?
Splish splash.
Back in your own backyard. Splish, splash.
A hot tub.
Not a hot tub. Next clue, Tommy. Jerry, what have you got?
When the red robin comes bobbing along.
You've got it back in your own backyard. Splish splash. When the red robin comes bobbing along.
A bird bat?
A bird bat. You got it. Well, there's the bell. That means, Jerry, in a runaway, you go to the championship game. She plays this pretty well, doesn't she, Sharon? John Hunter, what do we have for Sharon?
For you, Sharon, for the active family, a sports package featuring fashion, athletic, and sports footwear from U.S. Sports. A colorful line of quality footwear made in the USA, plus jogging suits and tennis rackets from U.S. Sports. It's yours, Sharon, from Face the Music.
Thanks for being with us. I hope you had a good time.
I did. Love you.
Jerry, congratulations. The moment you're going to face our champion. Quite a champion she is, too, but if you defeat her, you remain champion yourself for 5 consecutive days. You're going to win this beauty. John Holland, tell us about it.
It's the Dodge Mirada, a sporty, mid-size car, specially designed for the American driver and the American road. Its every line conveys a feeling of action and response. Good luck, Jerry, from Face the Music.
We'll be back with Jerry and our champion, who will face the music for $10,000 in cash right after this.
In our championship round, one of our contestants could win $1,000 worth of silk flowers, beautiful handmade silk flowers imported from China to Florifax, a network of 15,000 florists coast to coast. When you think of flowers, think of Florifax. And a trip for 2 to Florida. You'll enjoy a glorious week at the Diplomat in Hollywood, Florida. Enjoy every sports facility, fabulous gourmet cuisine, and evenings with star-studded entertainment at the world-famous Diplomat Resort. And Tony, if you remain our champ for one more day, you'll win the Coachman 17-foot Crestline travel trailer with complete kitchen and dining area, quality wood cabinetry, durable construction, all-around value from America's leading name in RVs, Coachman. Now, once again, let's face the music with Ron Ely.
Thank you, John Holland. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our championship game. Our champion, once again, Tony Reel, with $40,000 in prizes before, going for $10,000 in cash against her challenger, Jerry. Shake hands, ladies. We are looking for a famous man. You both know how to play this game. Let's face the music now for $10,000 in cash. Tommy, music, please. Tony, what have you got?
I'll take Manhattan.
Manhattan is right. You're going to have 10 seconds to think about it. At the end of that time, we'll come to you for your answer. Start the time now, please. Tony, you've heard Manhattan. One time only for $10,000 in cash. What famous man is it?
Mike Nichols?
Not Mike Nichols. Next clue, Tommy. Jerry, what have you got?
Slow boat to China?
You are right. Manhattan. On a slow boat to China, $5,000 in prizes. What famous man is it?
Jack Nicholson.
Not Jack Nicholson. Next clue, Tommy.
Oh, Julie.
Tony, what have you got?
Is it Oh, Julie?
It is. You've heard Manhattan. On a slow boat to China. Oh, Julie. $4,000 in prizes. What famous man is it?
Is it Richard Nixon?
You say Richard Nixon?
Yeah.
Well, you're right. Tony! Let's review the entire album on the ex-president, Richard Nixon. Manhattan, that's where he lives now, on a slow boat to China. He opened up relations with China. Oh, Julie, of course, refers to his daughter, Julie Nixon Eisenhower. And there he is, as he grows up before your very eyes. As I said, the ex-president, Richard M. Nixon. John Holland, let's talk to Jerry for a moment. Say goodbye to her with what?
For you, Jerry, it's Umig Nautica. It's the biggest splash in Super 8 in years, at home, anywhere, even underwater. Nautica by Umig. And Taperflex water skis, a pair of silver streaks, and the tunnel concave design slalom ski, plus a safety jacket for adults and flotation jacket for children by Taperflex. It's yours to enjoy, Jerry, from Face the Music.
That's right, Jerry. Well done. You were a good contestant. John Holland, you must be getting used to talking to our champion, Tony Reel, now.
Sure am.
Once more.
Here's another $5,000. $1,000 worth of silk flowers. And from Casablanca Fan Company, the Zephyr ceiling fan in antique brass with gold stencil blades, a beautiful way to save energy from the Casablanca Fan Company. And from Broyhill, a party table with 4 cane-back chairs. The embossed wood wicker and wood bamboo detailing is designed to mix with any decor from the Tahiti collection by Broyhill. And Freeway's provider freestanding fireplace compete with glass doors and heat circulating fan, the provider for a nice warm feeling, furnished by Freeway. And Speed Queen washer with stainless steel wash basket, pushes more clothes through the water, pulls more water through the clothes, plus matching gas or electric dryer, built for today's kind of drying, energy efficient from Speed Queen. And Ron, that's $4,000 for Tony from Face the Music.
But that's not all. I've given you a set of keys before, Tony, and that was to a car. Now I'm going to give you a set of keys to something to pull behind that car, that recreational vehicle. Of course, we'll see Tony next time. As long as Tony keeps winning, she keeps coming back. We hope to see you next time. Thanks for being with us today. We'll be here and face the music with us, shall we, Tommy?
Additional prizes furnished by U-Make Incorporated, Paperplex of America, Casablanca Fan Company, Broyhill Furniture Industries Incorporated, Freeway, and Speed Queen. This is John Harlan speaking. Face the Music, starring Ron Ely, is a Sandy Frank production.
Discovered they could drink themselves thin. But as those pounds disappeared, many of their body's essential proteins also disappeared. Now, the American Medical Association is warning dieters to stay away from liquid protein diets.
I started getting sick. I started getting a lot of headaches. I didn't feel good. I felt very weak. And I couldn't think. After about a week and a half, I was losing weight like crazy, but I lost all powers to think. I really didn't know what I was doing.
3 cups of liquid, I mean, literally, it was 8 ounces 3 times a day, just doesn't make you function very well. And I'm in a capacity where I must function, and I had a migraine.
The symptoms of these two dieters are similar to many others who've tried liquid protein diets to lose weight. There's no question the diets work, but they also have been known to deplete the body's potassium levels and diminish muscle tissue.
Since the heart is all muscle, that's one of the other areas that can lose the muscle. Both of these things, potassium depletion and muscle loss, will cause arrhythmias of the heart, which can lead to cardiac arrest.
In fact, 60 people have reportedly died from liquid protein diets, in most cases from cardiac arrest. The only liquid diet recommended by Dr. Sylvan is one of fruit juices, milk, or any other natural liquid for a period of no longer than 1 or 2 days. Sylvan says the liquid flushes the system and shrinks the stomach before beginning a diet plan.
Right.
Billy.
Nice to meet you.
Elena Alvarado and Bob Caraway met while roller skating, so when they decided to get married, it seemed natural to do it on wheels.
Lenny, I love you and want to live with you as you are, to share my life and love for you. I love you for yourself, and I want to keep and support you as the person that you are.
I love you for yourself, and I want to keep you and support you as the person you are.
I do therefore, by the laws of this state and sanctioned by divine authority, pronounce you, Robert Glenn and Eleanor Francis, lawfully married.
Well, this is where we first met 3.5 years ago, and this is where we wanted to celebrate our wedding as opposed to a church. It just didn't seem natural. This is where we wanted to be.
It's very romantic for me, and it's very sacred to me. If we had gone to a church, it just wouldn't have been the same. This is a symbol of our happiness.
The Caraway wedding was held after the 5:30 skating session at Rollertown and before the 7 o'clock session. It was the first wedding ceremony ever at the roller rink. Brent DeMonte, News Center 24.
To late. They are in-hospital treatment programs. They're not vacation paradises, nor are they a place to get away from it all. In tonight's Consumer Watch, we examine the ARC in Fresno and Intercept in Kingsburg and what they do offer. 14 months ago, Vince Davis checked himself into the ARC, the Alcohol and Drug Recovery Center at Fresno Community Hospital. He was a cocaine addict and an alcoholic.
As far as the cocaine habit, it was up to 3.5 grams a day, and it was costing me a lot of money. And I was drinking. The drinking part went hand in hand. It's like I couldn't have the coke without the alcohol.
Vince figured the road to recovery at the ARC would be a smooth one, a country club type of life, but he was wrong.
It was real intense. It was intense therapy. There were films, lectures, and of course we had to attend meetings in the evening. The normal day lasted up to 12 hours a day.
Sobriety begins in the detox unit. If the patient is an alcoholic, a sobriety test is given. The patient then undergoes a complete physical and a treatment plan is drawn up. When the patient sobers up or comes down, in the case of drugs, he moves from detox to therapy. The accommodations are simple. As one program official put it, they resemble cheap hotel rooms. There's no telephone, no television. The idea is to promote communication between the patients here. At the ARC, nearly 3 weeks is spent discussing and treating the alcohol or drug problem.
Confronting, right, understanding, educating. They also get medical care. There's a 24-hour nursing staff and a physician.
The Intercept program in Kingsburg also relies on discussion and communication in therapy, but its inpatient stay lasts only 11 days after detox.
Because we're so much more intense, we're 24-hour round-the-clock, we're staffed in-house 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., like no other program. With professional activities going on, our cost per day is higher.
Cost of treatment at Intercept runs about $10,000 to $12,000 on the average, which includes follow-up care for a year. The ARC will cost the substance abuser about $8,000, which includes some follow-up care. In Wednesday's Consumer Watch, why employers and insurance companies are so supportive of these treatment programs, despite the cost. Drug treatment can run into the $10,000 or $15,000 range. But despite the cost, many employers are sending their employees to these programs, and company insurance is picking up as much as 100% of the tab. Tonight, we find out why.
Before I came here, I had been drinking steady for about 3 months, and I hadn't eaten anything but popcorn.
The cost of sobriety for Barbara Gonzalez was close to $18,000. Her insurance company paid 100% of the cost. Ed Hurley's insurance paid 80% of his $8,000 bill.
But no matter what the cost, if you get sober out of it, it's worth it.
That's exactly what employers and insurance companies are discovering.
Well, statistically, I think that we've learned over the last few years that, like any other ailment or malady, that this sort of a problem is going to, if not taken care of in the beginning or not followed through to its conclusion, is going to end up being an awful lot more expensive.
We're valuable employees who happen to have a disease. And I think that if we had cancer and were sent into the hospital for a couple months treatment, our employers would not fire us or replace us if they had a choice. And I think now that it is acknowledged as being a physical disease that's treatable, they are willing to help us.
The earlier that an employer can intervene with assistance, the sooner he can have his employee back in full form.
More employers are hiring people like Bill Negretti to work as a liaison between employee and supervisor to make certain those employees who need help get it, whether the problem is drugs or alcohol.
I think that alcoholism not too long ago was thought of by too many people as a head thing, a cop-out, not as a physical disease.
Those who want to know more about alcohol or drug treatment programs in the area should talk to their personnel or business managers or contact the ARC in Fresno at 442-3940 or the Intercept program in Kingsburg at 897-5841.
Sunday that destroyed their home. John Baird has more on the story.
Maria Behar lies in the burn unit at Valley. Fire ravaged her modest parlor home. She was injured trying to save her 7-month-old baby, who was burned so badly he's receiving special care in Texas. but not much else was saved. News of the family's plight really hit Jerry Applegate, who lost a daughter to fire in 1968.
And when I saw this in the newspaper, it was really strange because I read it and I put the paper down. And about 2 minutes later, I went back and I picked the paper up. And for the first time in those 17 years, it was something I just didn't have any choice. I had to do this. I had to help this family.
What she's done is round up food and clothing for the Behar family. In fact, community response has been overwhelming. Furniture, clothes, and boxes of food just keep flowing in.
I said, we have a bed out there in the garage. Why don't you call them and see if they don't need that?
Since yesterday alone, more than 200 people have called to lend a hand, some because they've been there before.
They were very emotional because they had had fires in their homes. Some had lost people in their family, some had not, but they had all experienced the devastation that a fire brings to your family when this happens.
Obviously, the Behars can't possibly use all of this stuff, but Mrs. Applegate sure can. She's planning to take the leftovers and open up a special center for burn victims. In Fresno, John Baird, 47 Eyewitness News.
Meanwhile, the children
learn just how generous Valley residents can be. Donations of food, clothing, and household items have poured in for the family. And though little Jesus remains in critical condition and his mother remains at BMC, things are looking better for the family. Joe Chabala reports.
It was last Sunday that fire spread through the Behar family's Parlier home. 7-month-old Jesus Behar was burned over 95% of his body. His mother, Marie, was also severely burned. She remains at Valley Medical Center in stable condition. Little Jesus was taken to the Shriners Children's Hospital in Galveston, Texas, where he is reported in critical condition. After the blaze, a call for help went out to Valley residents. Jerry Applegate lost her 5-year-old daughter in a fire in 1968. She has taken the Behar family under her wing, she says, because she feels as if she had to.
I think I always knew there was going to be a time when I was going to have to pay back what was done for us. The community came to our support. They brought us clothing, money, food. They found a place for us to live. They gave us every piece of furniture we had. Everything was given to us by people we didn't know. We only lived in that town a couple days. And it was all done by people we didn't know. And I knew the time was going to come when I had to pay that back. It was my time.
Jose Behar and his children have now moved into a new home south of Fresno near Calwa. They received many of the donated items today: clothing, furniture, stuffed toys for the children, and food.
Oh boy, fruit cocktails.
Can I get a washing machine?
With the help of generous Valley residents, the Behar family is beginning to rebuild their lives. Jose Behar is grateful.
Thanks for all them and the people. Everything. Thanks. Thanks, Larapin.
So many items have been donated.
A fire earlier this month will receive grafts of his own skin that's being grown in the laboratory of a Texas hospital. Kevin Cox reports on this unusual medical procedure.
Thank you. We're ready. I'd like some micro forceps, please.
John Seeley Hospital in Galveston is one of 3 places in the country growing human skin. A skin shaving is taken from the body of a burn victim. The cells are then separated and incubated in the laboratory until a sheet of skin 4 cells thick is ready to be grafted.
Gorgeous. These are nice, thick sheets. These are all perfectly solid sheets. No holes. My compliments, Dr. Ritchie.
Unless infection sets in, the skin is not rejected because it comes from the patients themselves.
A small piece could be utilized and grown in the laboratory to cover potentially the whole body.
The process reduces the number of skin grafts burned patients must undergo, and researchers hope to improve the procedure.
So that hopefully someday we can get a sandwich-type graft in which we put not only the outside layer of skin cells that we're working on right now and that we can grow well, but we can sandwich that with an inner layer of protein such that it will then make a much better graft than just the one layer that we're using right now.
Jesus Behar is in the Shriners Burn Center in Galveston, where nurses say his condition is stable but critical. He is expected to begin receiving grafts of his own skin next week. Kevin Cox, Channel 30 Action News.
Several years ago, is continuing her crusade for members of a Parlier family who are also fire-scarred. John Baird has the story.
Bueno, me siento
Me siento muy bien.
Maria Behar says she wishes she could repay everyone who has helped her family over the past few weeks. On June 2nd, she, her husband, and children lost their Parlier home to fire, flames that critically injured her infant son and caused second and third degree burns to Mrs. Behar.
Yo a mí no me...
She doesn't feel so bad because she's burned, but she feels happy that she got to save the baby.
The family's now renting a small home in Fowler, but help keeps pouring in, most in the name of Jerry Applegate. Mrs. Applegate lost a daughter to fire several years ago, and she felt the need to help the Behars. First with food and clothing, now a rummage sale to help get the family on its feet again.
Maria Behar will need money when she goes to Texas to be with her baby, and we have in mind that we may need it for a funeral. We just don't know right now.
See? She wouldn't have helped us. We wouldn't know what we could have done.
Mrs. Applegate says she'll continue to do everything possible for the Behar family, although she admits that this rummage sale and its expected $500 profit will only make a small dent in the family's huge medical bills. In Fresno, John Baird, 47 Eyewitness News.
In Parlier earlier this month was released from the hospital this weekend. Her 7-month-old son, Jesus, is reported in serious but stable condition in a Galveston, Texas hospital. Maria Behar suffered second and third degree burns in the blaze. She was released from Valley Medical Center's burn unit on Saturday. Today, friends held a fundraiser for the family. For the past several weeks, Jerry Applegate has been collecting household items, food, and clothing for the family. Items that the family could not use were sold today. The money will be put in a trust fund for the Behars.
We have a new need that we didn't know about, or I didn't know about. I found out yesterday Maria is expecting another baby, and she's managed to keep the baby through everything she's been through. And so now we need a little more money than we thought.
So far, the family has $1,300 in their trust fund. Today's fundraiser was expected to raise that amount by $500.
And her friends will have a
He is once again pulling together to help his family. Orchestrating that drive is Jerry Applegate. Last June, when the Behar boy was first injured, Applegate collected more than $3,000 in food, clothing, and household goods for the family. Now faced with yet another tragedy, Applegate wants to
I
help.
was very surprised when they called me night before last and told me the baby had died, because it had been 5 months. Because it had been so long and he fought so hard, I really thought that he was going to make it. I think the family believed that also. No one was prepared for this. No one knew that this was going to happen so quickly.
Applegate says her devotion to the Behar family was motivated by the death of her own child.
How they relate? My daughter died in a fire when she was 5 years old. And when I read this story in the paper and I found out no one was helping this family, I knew that it's what I had to do. When we had our fire, everyone helped us. Everyone gave us money and clothing and food. We had nothing.
Even while shooting this story, the Applegate phone continued to ring off the hook, the latest contribution being a burial outfit for the child. Applegate has set up a trust fund for the Behar family. Donations can be made at any branch of the guaranteed.
When the images of sadness protest layoffs in the North Central Fire District. Those taking part in the protest fear that any cutbacks in the firefighting force will threaten the safety of homeowners and will cause fire insurance rates to skyrocket.
I don't know exactly what's going on, but when they tell me that they're cutting firefighters and they are not being replaced by anyone, not even inexperienced, it's not like they're hiring people who are less qualified. They're not hiring anybody to replace these people. I'm concerned.
Well, mainly what the picketing is, it's for information for the public to let them know that we're still unhappy with the outcome of the board's decision. We still want to go back to the table. We still want to negotiate. We'd like to have a mediator come in and take a look at the facts and take a look at the budget and see exactly where the money is there or not.
The North Central Fire District is proposing that 5 firefighters be laid off to save money. The firefighters themselves hope that public pressure will force the district to change its mind. Fresno fire crews
the most feared offense in baseball all year long. Held to 1 hit through 8 2/3 by Glavin and Wohlers. Held to a team batting average under 200 now